conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to SAP S4 HANA SD certification training. So in the course S4615, building in SAP S4 HANA sales, in this topic, today we are covering this unit, types of settlement. Okay, types of settlement. So in this we will be covering analyzing invoice combination and invoice split, and then special types of settlement. So these are the two topics we will be covering. These are the two topics we will be covering. Okay, so let's start. Types of settlement. So the topics that we are going to cover, they are different types of settlements. Okay, what are the different types of settlements we have? We will see. Creation of collective billing document. How to create a collective invoice document. What is the criteria for that? We will see. Then overview of invoice split. How the invoice split happens. We will see that. Okay, reasons for using an invoice split. We will see. Individual billing document. What is individual billing document? How it is created? Okay, what are the settings we need to make? We'll see. Invoice list overview. What is invoice list overview? Okay, how to create the invoice list overview. Then usage of invoice list. How the invoice list is used, why the invoice list is created, we'll understand. Then the two new functionalities in S4 HANA. Creation of external billing document requests, EBDR, we'll see. And also use of preliminary billing documents. Okay, so these are the topics we will be covering in the today's topic. Okay, so first we'll start with the collective billing document. Okay, so in this collective billing document, collective billing document. So basically, there can be a requirement. There can be a requirement where you would like to club different sales orders or delivery documents into one billing document and provide it to your customer. So collective billing will assist you in doing so. So sometimes you have the same customer. You have the same customer. He is having different, or he has given different orders. Okay, same customer, he from whom you receive different orders. Okay, then you create outbound deliveries. Okay, different outbound deliveries. So customer sometimes says, you give me only one invoice instead of giving different invoice, multiple invoice, separate invoice for each outbound delivery. You provide me single invoice. Okay, so in that case you will go for collective billing document. Okay, as a rule, the system attempts to combine all compatible transactions in a single billing document. So normally system will try to combine all the transactions into one single invoice. Okay. In the SAP system, you can include both order related items and delivery related items in the same billing document. So you, in the same invoice, you can have both order related item and delivery related item. You can also have that. Okay, so now what is a criteria to create a collective billing document, it's a single invoice? As per standard config, the criteria for collective billing are: if your sales order has same payer, same billing type, same terms of payment, same billing date, and same incoterms. If this criteria matches, then system will normally combine the documents into one single invoice. So now let's see this in the system. Okay, so let's go to the system. So I'll create the sales orders first, two sales orders. Okay, I'll use this. Okay, I'll enter the material. This material 10 quantity. Continue. Okay, now I'll do the delivery. Directly I'll do the delivery. Okay, 10 quantity post goods issue. Okay, so outbound delivery is created and PGA is done. This is one outbound delivery. Okay, now I'll create one more sales order. Same, everything same. Okay, same customer, same sold to party, everything same. Okay, only the material is different, that's all. Here now the material is different. Okay, enter, continue, everything same, payment term same, customer same, billing date will be same. I will show you the billing date also. Okay, now to see the billing date, if you go here in the billing document, this is the billing date. Billing date is also same, everything, only the material and quantity are different. So now let me do the delivery. Okay, I'll do the delivery, outbound delivery, and I'll do the post goods issue. Okay, done. This is another outbound delivery display. Okay, outbound delivery. So we have two outbound deliveries. Only the difference between these two outbound deliveries is the material code is different. Material code and quantity. Material is different. That's all. But remaining everything same. Customer same, payment term same. Okay, billing date same. Everything same. So now in this case, system will try to create a single invoice. So let us go to VF04. We discussed this already. Billing due list item. So I'll directly enter the two outbound deliveries here. Okay, I'm entering the two outbound deliveries directly. 190, right? This is 190. Okay, I entered two outbound deliveries. Okay, display billing list. You got it. Now I'll try to create the invoice. So select and here click on the collective billing document. You will get one single invoice. Okay, done. Now if you scroll to right, billing document is created. Go to log display. Okay, this is a group. Go to documents. You see, single invoice got created. This is the one. If you click on the display document, see, single invoice got created. This is the line item from the first sales order. This is the line item from the second sales order. These are the quantities. Even you can check if you take this invoice. Let us go to the document flow of the uh, billing documents. So what is the invoice number? Okay, let me make a note of invoice number. Okay, so now slash n VL03N. If I go to first one, 189, 189. If you go to document flow, see same invoice 5020, 5020, same invoice number. Okay, now let's go to the second outbound delivery, 190. Okay, go to document flow. See same invoice number, same invoice number. Okay, so that's how you do the collective billing basically. Okay, so this is the one. So now let's move on. Now the next one is invoice split. Okay, so in the invoice split you have two things: automatic invoice split, okay, and item dependent invoice split. Okay, if the header partners or data in the header fields are not identical, the system will automatically perform an invoice split. Suppose let's say the header data in the uh, sales orders or outbound deliveries, if not identical, then it will do the invoice split. All header partners and header fields in the billing document can cause an invoice split. For example, if the terms of payment in the two orders are different as shown in the figure. Suppose if you see here, you have two sales orders. Okay, two sales orders from the same customer. Okay, if you see here, two sales orders from the same customer. Okay, now only the difference is terms of payment are different. You see, terms of payment are different. So for these two sales order you can create one single outbound delivery. Okay, but when you are trying to create invoice, system will split because the terms of payments are different. Even though one outbound delivery, still system will split it into two invoices because the terms of payments are different. Okay, so now let's see this in the system. Okay, so let's create again sales orders. Okay, so now Let me remove here everything. So let me create the sales orders VA01. Okay, continue. This is the one 2304 2304. Okay, order quantity 10. Okay, now here what I will do, let's continue first. Continue. What is the payment time here for the first sales order? 0001. Let it be same. Okay, let it be like that only. Now let's go to deliver. Okay, I'm doing this one. Now post goods issue. Okay, so this is the outbound delivery display. Okay, this is outbound delivery. Okay, first outbound delivery. What is the sales order number? Sales order number, if you go to document flow, the sales order number is 5995. 5995. Okay. So what is the terms of payment? If I go to display document sales order, terms of payment is 0001. Payment terms is 0001. Okay. Now let me create another sales order. Same customer VA01. Okay. Now I'm creating. Okay. Only the material will be different. Quantity. There are, of course, I'll put the quantity same. Okay. Only thing is, let's continue. Continue. Okay. Now here I'll change the payment terms. I'll change the payment terms. Payment terms to let's say 002. 002. I changed the payment terms. Okay. Payment terms I changed. Of course, by default it should get copied to the item also. That's fine. Okay. Now let me save the sales order. I'll save the sales order. 5996. Next sales order. 5996. Now let's create outbound delivery. Deliver. Continue. Okay. I'll do the post goods issue. Done. This is the outbound delivery. This is the outbound delivery. Okay. And the payment terms here is 0002. Payment terms are different. Okay. Now I'll create single invoice, single outbound delivery. Two sales orders are there. Of course, even though customer is same, now I'll try to create outbound delivery, same single outbound delivery. Okay. So I'll go to the transaction VL10A. This we discussed already. VL10A. Here what I will do. Sorry, I have created outbound deliveries also, right? Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's create another two sales orders. Sorry. In a regular flow, I created. Okay, let me create fresh sales orders again. Okay, this one will be there. 0001. Okay, new sales order is 5997. 5997. Okay, so this one got payment terms. This one. Let me create another sales order. This time 2305, quantity same. Okay, continue. Okay, now I'll change the payment terms. Payment terms to 0002. Okay, continue. Done. Let me save this. So sales order is 5998. 5998. Okay, and the payment terms is 0002. 0002. So now let me create a single outbound delivery VL10A. VL10A. Single outbound delivery. Go to sales orders. Okay, enter your sales orders numbers. What is your sales orders numbers? 5997 and 5998. 5997, 5998. Okay, so what you do? Just execute. Okay, select them. click on background. So as everything is same, it should create a single outbound delivery. Go to log. Okay, go to log. This is a log. Go to documents. See, it created single outbound delivery. You see, even if you go to the document, see, single outbound delivery got created. Single outbound delivery. Two sales orders, but single outbound delivery. Okay, so I'm replicating this scenario. Okay, now when I do invoicing, system will do the split because of terms of payment. Okay, so now let's do the take the outbound delivery. Now let's go to as usual VF04. VF04. Okay, enter the your outbound delivery number. Okay, click on display billing due list. 067. Why it is not taking? What is a billing date in the sales order? VA03. What is the sales order? 5997. 5997. Oh, PGA is not done, right? Sorry, PGA is not done. Okay, sorry. You have to do PGA, right? Okay, BL02N. We just created outbound delivery, but we have to do PGA, right? Enter. That's the reason I was thinking why it is not coming there. So you have to do post goods issue, right? Post goods issue has been done. And now let's go to VF04 slash n VF04. Okay, enter your SD document. This is the one outbound single outbound delivery. Now it will create two invoices. It will do the splitting. See, now the invoice billing document has come. Now you try to, even if you do individual billing document or whatever, even if you click on collective billing document also, it will split. So click on that. Okay, done. Now go to log. Okay, this is a group. Go to documents. See, two billing documents got created. Invoice split has happened. Okay, if you take the first one, if you go to display document, it will have the first line item of the first sales order. Okay, now if you go to second one, it will have the line item of the second sales order. Even if you go to display document flow, it will show you the second sales order 5998. 5998. Okay, so that's how the invoice split happens. Invoice split happens. Okay, so as the terms of payment are different, system will do the invoice split even though you have one single outbound delivery. Okay, and also there will be a another function called item dependent invoice split. Suppose let's say you have one sales order, one sales order with two line items, but their material group is different. In that case, you have one outbound delivery, but system will split the outbound delivery into two invoices because the material groups are different for the items. Okay, so this is the one. The system administrator can also define additional split requirements in customizing for copy control to prevent the system from combining sales documents in a billing document. Okay, for example, separation can be based on the material group or on the profit center. So this you will decide. Okay, the VBRK field in the billing header is used to store this additional split criteria. Okay, the fields that cause a split are displayed in the split analysis. So when the split analysis is there, that time it will show you that. Okay, so this in this field you have to put the split criteria, so that it will be in the copy control. So let me show you in the configuration. Go to SAP reference IMG, go to sales and distribution, go to billing. Okay, billing documents. Here define sorry copy control for billing documents. This one, maintain copy control for billing documents. So here, from delivery document to billing document, this one, if you go here, click on position, what is our billing type? F2, and what is our delivery type? LF. select this, go to details, okay, and then go to item level. Okay, our item is tan, TAN, tan. Select this, go to details. So here in the routine, you have to put the required criteria with the help of ABAPer. That routine you have to assign it here. Okay, well, based on what criteria you want to do. In these routines, you have to modify according to what criteria you want to split. Okay, so that is item dependent invoice split. Okay, so let's move on. Now the next one is individual billing document. Sometimes the customer says, I don't want this invoice combination, okay, single invoice combination or invoice split. I don't want. He wants for each outbound delivery one invoice. Okay, so there is a order, there is outbound delivery. He wants for each outbound delivery, I want a separate invoice. That's all. Okay, so you see here there is a second order outbound delivery created, and he says I need another invoice. So for each outbound delivery, separate invoice. So in this case, what you need to do, you can set the system to create one billing document for each sales document. To do this, select data transfer routine 3 in customizing for copying control. Okay, so here in the same configuration, here go back to the header. Okay, here not this one, what it says, copy control. Okay, in the item level. Okay, here in the copying requirements, not this one, this one, in the VB, in the VBRK VBRP, here you have to put single invoice. Single invoice, if you put this one 003 003, then system will create always one invoice for one outbound delivery, for one outbound delivery. Okay, so that's how you have to do that basically. Okay, copying requirements, copying the number of reference document is set in the field. Okay, so that's how it will work. In the header, copying requirement, or this one, header delivery related. This one. Okay, so that's how the individual billing documents will work.
Conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we'll continue with the invoice list. Okay, so what is this invoice list? Invoice list contains contain various billing documents and can be sent to a payer on specified days or at certain intervals. Okay, so basically what happens is invoice lists are mainly used by purchasing associations when the head office settles billing documents for all stores. Suppose if you see this scenario, suppose you have a customer. Okay, so this customer, let's say, having three stores, basically three stores. Okay, now what you do, you send your invoice to these stores, but the payer will be the head office. The payer will be the head office. So what you will do, instead of sending these individual invoices of the stores, you will put them in a invoice list. You will club them into a invoice list, and you will be sending it to the payer, basically means like head office. So basically in the invoice list, you will club the billing documents. See, if you see here, first billing document is of $1,000. Second billing document is of $1,000. Third billing document worth of $1,000. All these are clubbed into one invoice list. So now total amount is $3,000. Okay, so individual stores will not make the payment. Their head office will make the payment. So you will send this invoice list to the head office. So that's the purpose of this invoice list. Okay. Invoice lists are mainly used by purchasing associations when the head office settles billing documents for all stores. Okay, the head office does not receive individual invoices for all of the stores. Instead, Instead, the head office receives a single invoice list on specific dates. Okay, we'll create that. The invoice list lets you create at specified time intervals or on specific dates a list of billing documents for a particular period. So you will send them on a particular date basically. Okay, so now let's create this invoice list. Okay, so let me log into the system. Okay, so uh, before that, let me check the settings in the business partner. Okay, I made the settings already. Let me take this business partner 20032. If you go to the role customer, okay, sales and distribution, if you go to billing, here you have to maintain invoice list scheduled, this one monthly settlement. This is the factory calendar. AM is nothing but a factory calendar. So this you have to assign it to the particular business partner. Okay, we'll keep like this. Now let me create two sales orders and further invoices. So VA01, our regulars in this thing, sales org, distribution channel division, continue. Now I am using this sold to party. Okay, I'm entering the material 2304, quantity 10. Okay, continue. Done. Let me go and do the delivery. Okay, I'm doing the delivery 10. I'll do post goods issue. Okay, done. The outbound delivery is created. Take display, take the outbound delivery. Now let me create invoice. Okay, I'm creating the invoice. Okay, invoice is getting created. Save. So first invoice is this one, 9005024. This is the first invoice. So put the first invoice. Now let me create another sales order. Okay, continue. Same one. Okay, I'll use a different material. Quantity 20. Continue. Okay, now in this, what you need to understand is the billing date. The billing date is of course 6th of November. That's fine. Individual one. Now let's deliver. Okay, picking quantity 20, post goods issue. Okay, delivery display document. This is a document. Now go to VF01. Okay, enter. Okay, this is a 20 quantity 200. So two billing documents are created. Display billing document. So this is the one. Okay, so now first billing document value is 100 euro and second billing document value is 200 euro. Okay, 200 euro. Even you can check that. If you go to display billing document, second one, the value is 200 euro. The value is 200 euro. And the first one is 100 euro. If you go to the first one, what is the number? 24. 24. The value is 100 euro. Now, we created individual billing documents. Now, we will be creating the invoice list. So, to send it to the head office. So, what you will do, you use the transaction, go to logistics, go to sales and distribution, billing. Okay, here you have invoice list VF21. This is the T code. Okay, create invoice list. That's fine. Enter the billing type. Billing type, you have to select LR. LR invoice list. This is the one you need to select in the standard. Okay, enter the billing type. Okay, now you enter your billing documents. So we are clubbing billing documents into one invoice list. Okay, enter. Now click on execute. Now what do you observe? You see total value is become 300. You see this one value is 100 and this one 5025 200. So total together it is 300. Okay, so this is how you create a, of course here I'm using 2, but in real time you may have 10, 12, 13. Okay, and then you save the invoice list. Okay, so that is the document got created. If you go to display, this is the one we created. Enter. Sorry, you have to go to VF23. Sorry, you have to go to VF23. This is the one. Okay, so this is how you create the what do you call uh, invoice list. Okay, so if you go to accounting, that's okay, you will transfer it to accounting, that's fine. Okay, so that's how you create the invoice list. Basically I try to enter the what do you call factor discount, but I'm not sure why it is not taking VF03. If I go to the individual billing documents, I maintain the factored discount. I'm not sure why it is not taking. If I go to, sorry, if I go to item details, conditions, factored amount is not coming. For which one I have maintained yesterday? Just give me 1 minute. VK13 slash and VK13. Yeah, I maintained it. 20032. Valid from. Not sure why it is not taking. Sorry, in the sales order it is there, right? Okay, let me go to the sales order. What was the sales order? VA03. Okay, the sales order. If you go to sales order, item details, conditions. Yesterday it was taking. Now I don't know why today it is not taking. Same one I have used. Double three. Not sure. Okay, I will check this one. Actually, you can create a factoring discount. Actually, it is not taking. I'll check. Okay. So now for this invoice list, what data you need to maintain? Okay, the system administrator has to maintain the following data in customizing for sales and distribution. So what you need to maintain? One, if you have agreed upon a factoring discount, maintain the condition type RL00 as well as the condition type MW15. I maintained this already. Okay, I showed you already just now, but not sure why it is not taking. Okay, that's fine. I'll check. Now, next one. Each billing type to be included in an invoice list must be assigned to an invoice list type. Okay, the standard SAP version includes two invoice list types: LG for credit memos and LR for invoices and debit memos. That means this is the one. When I'm creating the invoice list, if you observe carefully, slash n VF21, when I'm creating it, I used billing type LR. So this billing type you need to use. Now this billing type you need to assign to the original billing type. Suppose when I create the individual invoices documents, what billing type I used? F2. Correct? For these ones F2. Now in the F2 billing type, you need to assign this invoice billing type. Then only it will allow. So let me show you the configuration. So let me take you to the configuration. Go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Okay, go to sales and distribution, billing. Okay, billing documents. Define billing types for sales. In this, define billing types for sales. Go inside. Okay, what is the one we were using? Normal individual invoice F2. If you go to F2, in the invoice, if you select and go to details, here you see invoice list type is maintained LR. If you don't maintain this, then the invoice is created with this billing type. You cannot club into this one. So this configuration needs to be maintained. So that is the reason when I'm creating invoice list type, Again, I'm going to VF21. I used billing type here LR because this LR is linked to individual billing document type F2 here. That is a configuration. Okay. You also need to maintain the following master data. Okay. You also need to maintain the following master data. Define a factory calendar that specifies when the invoice lists are to be created. Enter this factory calendar in the payer customer master record. In the invoicing list, dates field on the billing documents tab page. So this is the one. In the customer master record, if I go to BP, if I open it, this is the one. Business partner, supplier, vendor, sorry, customer we used. If you go to the role, this role here in the billing tab, invoice list schedule here, AM. This is the factory calendar. You need to assign. That is the another prerequisite. Okay. Maintain condition records for the condition type RL00. This I already maintained, but not sure why it is not taking. Okay, I have already maintained. If I go to VK13, yesterday it was taking VK13 condition type RL00 factoring discount. Click on key combination, division and customer. For this combination, it is already maintained. I maintained as 1%. Okay, so but somehow it is not taking. That's fine. Okay, that configuration setting you need to make. And also to print it, to create output condition records for condition type LR00 and RD001. To print it, you need to maintain the condition records for this condition types. When we go to output determination, I will show you that. Okay. And also you can cancel invoice list. In the case of factoring discounts, a corresponding cancellation document is created for FI. Okay, so basically you can cancel the invoice list also. Okay, so that's how the invoicing list will work. So basically, you will club individual invoices into a list and you will send it to the payer. That's all. That is the invoice list. This is an interview question. They will ask how you will configure invoice list. Okay, so let's continue. Next one is external billing document request. This is a new functionality in S4 HANA. So we will understand what is this external billing document request. Okay. External billing documents are a billing method that enable you to build different types of sales and distribution documents in your SAP S4 HANA system together with billing data from external sources are to combined customer invoices. Suppose normally what we are doing when we are creating billing documents, when you send an invoice, you can have normal invoice. Then you can have what do you call credit memo. Okay, credit memo. Okay, then you have debit memo. Okay, like this you have, right? So along with that, you can send, you can add external billing document. External billing documents also you can add. So how to create? First we need to create this billing document in our system, SAP system. Okay, so that's what we are discussing. So this is also called as convergent billing. Convergent billing describes the process of billing different types of SD documents together to create a single customer invoice. Okay, this method is recommended anytime that you want to bill a customer for sales orders, deliveries, or professional services simultaneously. Okay, so if you see this, normally when you are creating a billing document, you can enter the delivery number, sales order number, and debit memo request. Along with that, you can enter the external billing document request. Okay, so that billing document request you will create first. Then for these ones, you will be creating the invoices. Okay. So this external billing request, a request object that persists billing data received from an external system into your SAP S4HANA system. Okay, appears alongside other SD documents in the billing due list. So in the billing due list, in the VF01 VF04 transaction, along with that, along with the other delivery, outbound delivery, sales order, debit memo request, this also will appear. Then you will proceed for invoicing. Okay, dedicated object page displays all attributes. I will show you this. Okay, how to create that. Okay, you can import external billing data into your system in the form of external billing document request. Simply enter your billing data into the delivered Microsoft Excel spreadsheet template. Okay, so instead of in the SAP, you are instead of creating a request, okay, you are uploading through a Excel file. You will upload through a Excel file. So this is the one. Okay, for this, creating EBDRs by uploading billing data from Excel files. Use the Manage Billing Document Request app. There is a tile, Manage Billing Document Request tile. You use this tile, okay, download the Excel file, and then fill the data, and then again upload into the system. Okay. Import external billing data into your SAP S4HANA system in the form of an external billing document request. Use pre-delivered MS Excel template. You have to use pre-delivered pre-delivered MS Excel file basically. Okay. Okay. Enter your billing data into a pre-delivered Excel template, and then upload the data into SAP S4HANA. Bill your external data with the standard. Create billing documents. This is for creating your billing document basically. Okay. So now let's see how it works. So now we need to go to Fury. So let's go to Fury. Okay, I'm launching the Fury pad, Fury Launchpad. Okay, I'm logging into the Fury. Okay, so now here you have an app. Here, manage billing document request. Here you see there is an app. This app you need to use. That's what it says. Use the manage billing documents request app. This app you need to use. Manage billing document request. Open this. Go to this app. Okay. Now simply click on the button create. Okay, so once you click on the button create, you will be getting this screen. Here, upload from Excel, download Excel template. So first you need to download the Excel template. Use the pre-delivered MS Excel template. So what you need to do, you need to download the template. Click on the button, download the template. Okay, this is the template file name. Okay, it will get saved as a Excel file. Okay. Okay, so the download is completed. So now go to the open the file. Go to the folder and then open the file. Okay, so basically this file will have some sheets. See, these are the sheets. These are the sheets where you need to enter the data. Okay, you see, you need to enter the data. All this data you need to enter. So once you enter it, enter the data in these files, close this, save, and then again you go to the app. Again you go to the app. Okay, then upload from Excel. So you have to do this activity. Upload the data into SAP S4HANA. So basically, you fill the data in the Excel file, external billing data, then upload into the S4HANA system using this one, manage billing document request. So using that app, again same app, you have to upload. So it will create an external billing document request. For that, as usual, you create an invoice. You create an invoice, same like the way you create an invoice for outbound delivery, you create an invoice for sales order, you create an invoice for a debit memo request. Same way For that external billing document request, you will create an invoice. So that's one. Only the thing is you have to fill the data into that template and then upload. When you upload, it will create an external billing document request. That is what you need to understand. Okay. But of course, it's a newly introduced functionality, but not used much. Okay. Really, if required, then you have to implement this functionality. Okay. So now let's move on to the next topic, that is preliminary billing documents. This is also newly introduced in SAP S/4HANA. Okay. So what is this preliminary billing document? In the professional services industry, the creation of a preliminary billing document as a draft predecessor to the final billing document is a common convention. Therefore, SAP now offers the optional feature preliminary billing document. Okay. A preliminary billing document is an optional intermediary document between the billed reference document and the final billing document. So normally in our process, if you go to our regular process, what is the regular process? You create sales order. Okay. And then what you do? You create shipping. You create a outbound delivery, let's say. Outbound delivery. Okay. And then you create the billing document. But before this, you have another document called preliminary billing document. Preliminary billing document. Okay, I'll explain why it is used. What is the use of it? I'll explain. Okay, so it is optional. It's not a mandatory. It's not a mandatory. A preliminary document is an optional. That's what is it. It's an optional intermediary document between the build reference document. So here, your normally what is your reference document? Outbound delivery, correct? This is in case of delivery related billing. Suppose let's say if you have order related billing, in that case this will not be there. So that in that case, what is your reference document? Your reference document is sales order only. So between the reference document and your final billing document, this will act as a intermediate document. Okay, that's what. Now the question is why it is created. Okay, it is created it is created solely for negotiation purposes and is structurally identical to a standard billing document. So this is just for negotiation purposes. Okay, and it looks similar to your normal billing document invoice. Okay, you create a preliminary billing document solely to facilitate negotiations with the customer. Okay, so it is therefore not relevant for output, but not for it is relevant for output, but not for posting to financial accounting. So when you create preliminary document, the data is not transferred to the accounting department. Okay, only when you create a final invoice, then the data will go to accounting, financial accounting. So this is the process. Suppose let's say you are providing a service to your customer. Okay, so now first what you do, you create a preliminary billing document, you provide it to the customer, says I am charging 1000, let's say I'm charging €100 for this service. You are providing some service, let's say machine repair service. Okay, you in the preliminary document you say to that I'm going to charge you €100, but customer says, he provides it feedback and says no, I can pay only up to €90. Okay, so based on his feedback, you will change the preliminary document. Okay, and then again you will give the preliminary document, customer reviews it, then he says I am okay, both parties agree on the final form of billing document. Now based on the preliminary billing document, you create an actual billing document. You create a billing document based on preliminary billing document is created, posted and sent to customer for settlement. So final invoice you will create based on the preliminary billing document. So basically the purpose of this preliminary billing document is only for negotiation purpose. Negotiation purpose. Okay. So now we will see how to create this preliminary billing document. Before that, let's understand some theory. It can be changed as often as necessary following discussions with customers, allowing for repeated negotiations about exact details like prices, payment terms, and the billing date. Okay. If changes become necessary, you can make these changes in the Change Preliminary Billing Documents app. So there will be another app called Change Preliminary Billing Documents app. Using that, you will be changing it. Okay. So now let's okay. So now let's create the preliminary billing document app document. Okay. First, let me create a sales order. VA01. Okay. Normal sales order I'm creating. 20031. Okay. This is my customer reference date. Now I'll use a service one. Huh? Service one. Okay. Done. Now if you go here in the conditions, what amount you are going to charge? Let's say I'm going to charge €100. I'll change the price. Okay. Initially I want to charge €100. Save the sales order. Edit. It is pending. That's okay. Plant 1010. Okay, because others are not required, because this is a service item. It's not a stock item, it's not a material. Actually, it is a service activity. Okay, a repair service. Okay, so initially we say them that we are going to charge €100. Now let me save the sales order. Okay, that is a sales order 6005 display. Okay, 6005 is a sales order. Okay, now as this is a service, there is no outbound delivery. We are executing this one. So now, instead of creating directly invoice billing document, first we will create a preliminary billing document. So for this one, again you need to go to Fiori. So go to Fiori. Okay, here you see there is a app, create preliminary billing documents. This app you need to use. Go inside the app. Okay, here you are getting billing due list items. What is the one we just created? SD document 600. What is the one we created? 6005. Remove the shipping point. Enter your, okay, let me enter the sold to party 20031. Okay, let me enter. Go. Here it is showing 6005. I'll enter here SD document 6005. Okay, go. See, this is the one just now I created. Even if you go inside, you can see that sales order. It's taking longer time. Okay, let's go back. Let it take it's taking time. That's fine. Now select it. Now here you see there is a button, create preliminary billing documents. Before that, I'll make some settings. Display preliminary billing document after creation. Okay, I made this setting. Okay, now let's create. Select the document and click on this button, create preliminary billing document. See, it has created a preliminary billing document. It starts with PBD, some zeros too. Okay, and its status is in progress. This is very important. Status, we will discuss about the status. Okay, and then it is created, right? So now there is no need to save, right? So let's go to SAP main screen. Okay, so that is how you create a preliminary billing document. Okay, so now if you go to the system, sales order. If you go to the sales order, if I go to document flow, see it is showing the now preliminary billing document. See, it is showing, and you can go to this document, click on the display document. See, it is showing that it's a preliminary billing document. There is no the T code is VFP3. There is no question of going to accounting document. There is no accounting documents here. You see that buttons are also not there. That buttons are also not there. Even if I go to VFP3 slash n VFP3, if I go to VFP3, see there are no buttons, accounting, nothing is there. So it is just a dummy document kind of thing. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so we created the preliminary billing document. Then customer provides the feedback. Before that, you send your customer you s- you send your customer a preliminary billing document, verify that both parties are aligned regarding how the professional services that you have provided are to be billed. Okay, the customer points out an inconsistency in the pricing. You agree and change a pricing condition in the preliminary billing document. Okay, so suppose let's say customer says no, I'm going to pay 90 only. Okay, I am going to pay 90 only. Just give me 1 minute.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so so now let's try to change the preliminary document. So what we will do, we will go to change preliminary billing document. This one, change preliminary billing document. What is a billing document? This is a billing document. Let's try to change the price. Okay, continue. Okay, here select it. Go to, where is the conditions? Uh, Go to item pricing condition. Okay, here it is 100. Let's say he says no, now I want to pay only 90. So you change it to 90. Okay, we changed it to 90. Save. Okay, so preliminary billing document is changed. Okay, so that's how you will do the change. Okay, now again you will send it. Now customer says now I am okay with the price. Now I am okay with that account. Now what you do, you will change the what do you call, from the preliminary billing document you will create a final invoice. So before that you have the status. So suppose if you go to the preliminary billing document again, if I go to the, if I go to manage preliminary billing documents. Okay, if I go, hmm, what is the one? This is the one we just created. This is the other one I created earlier. What is the status now? Now it is in progress. Now it is in progress. Now as everything is finalized, now you have to make it as finalized. So select it. Here you see there is a button here. Finalize. You have to change its status. Finalized. Okay. Now its status got changed to finalized. Okay, so these are the statuses we are talking about. Okay, first in progress you can reject it also. Once finalized you change it to finalized, and once you create the billing document its status will get changed to completed. I will show you that. I'll show you that. Sometimes if the customer rejects it, you can change it to rejected also. Here there is a reject button also. Okay, so now everything is finalized. Now we will create actual billing document. So again select the, you can have to use the same app. You have to use the same app. Once an agreement is reached, once an agreement is reached, you can use the manage preliminary billing documents app to convert it to the standard billing document that the customer is expected to settle. Okay, this final billing document can then be posted to financial accounting and output processed and sent to the customer in the usual way. So this is the one. Okay, so now let's create a final invoice. So select the preliminary billing document. Here you see there is a button, create billing document. But before that, let me set the billing status. Display billing documents after creation and automatically post billing documents also. Okay, I'll make these two settings. Now let's create. Select the preliminary billing document, create the final invoice, final billing document, create. This is a new functionality in S4 HANA. This was not there in ECC earlier. Okay, let it come. In the meantime, we'll discuss some theory. Okay, uh, the preliminary billing documents are structured identical to standard billing documents. So both will look similar. Both will look similar. Header and item fields are identical to those found in a standard billing document. Okay, header data, item fields, everything looks similar to your normal invoice. To make use of preliminary billing documents in your system, a configuration expert must have activated the business function for this one. So to use this functionality, preliminary billing document functionality, you have to activate this business function in the system. This will be done by basis team. You have to activate this function. Okay. So let's check whether it has come or not. It has come. It has come. Now let me save this. It's already saved, I believe. It's already saved. Automatically saved. The number also has come. The number also has come. Okay. So now go back. Go back. Now see, its status got changed to completed. Earlier it was finalized. Now it got changed to completed. That's what. Okay. So this is the one. The final status will be completed. When it will get status of completed, uh, so it will be completed. The preliminary billing document has been converted to a billing document. When it is converted to a billing document, it will be get the status of completed. Therefore, it can no longer be changed. Once it is completed, you cannot change the preliminary billing document. Even I will show it in the theory, in the GUI. Suppose this is the one, right? Now, if I try to change it, see, even though we are in the change mode, everything got grayed out. You cannot change it. Everything is grayed out. We are in the change mode, but still grayed out because it is already completed. That's what you need to understand. Okay. So now if you go to the our sales order, if you go to our sales order, okay, this is a sales order. If you go to document flow, now you can see the invoice. This is the sales order we created. This is the preliminary billing document, and this is the actual invoice we just created. That's what you need to understand. Okay. So now let's go to some theory. This we understood, right? Okay. Suppose let's say, therefore, once it's get the status of completed, therefore it can no longer be changed. If the successor billing document is cancelled, then in progress status is restored, meaning that the preliminary billing document can now be changed again. Suppose if you cancel the final invoice, again its status will get changed actually. So let's test that also. We have some time, right? So I'll cancel the invoice. I'll cancel the invoice. What is the T code? BF11. Okay, I'm canceling the invoice. Continue. Okay, I'm canceling it. Save it. So I cancel the invoice. Now the preliminary document status will get changed again. So if I go to the Fiori, if I go to Fiori, if I go back, again I'll go to manage preliminary billing documents. Go. See, its status again changed to completed. Sorry, not changed. Huh? But whether it is in change mode, what it says, its status gets changed to wait. Huh? The in progress status is restored. I don't know why it not got restored. Cancellation done. Let's go to our sales order again. It will takes it takes some time. I am not sure. No, cancellation is not done. Huh? Wait. Wait. VA03. Cancellation is not done or what? Okay. Sorry. I made a mistake actually while cancelling it. Wait. What is the invoice? 5027 9000 5027. Okay, this is the one, right? Uh, Select it, click on execute. Okay, this is the one, right? Select. Let me try. Okay, 5029 has been saved. 5029. Okay, now let's check. VA03. This is the one, right? Let's go to, see, now it is cancelled. See, now it is cancelled. Okay, so now let's check the preliminary billing document status. So if you go to Fiori, I'll refresh the screen. Let's see what happens. Okay, let me go. See, its status again changed to in progress. Earlier it was showing completed. Now it is changed to in progress. That is the one we just is. Okay, so that's how the preliminary document will work. Okay, you have to activate this functionality. Okay, so with this we have completed the topic types of settlement. Okay, thank you. Thanks for attending the session.